Hello everyone, with you spoiler time, and this is the series Kingdom. Zombie people were so passionate about taking over the throne that did not notice how the zombie apocalypse began in their country. The emperor comes, the Dr. Licini and his assistant. A man gives some directions and an assistant stretches out. Emperor Cure, he hears strange noise, and just a moment later it is pulled into the Ogma. A new day comes. Bamiel finds notes where talk about the death of their emperor. Bamiel orders find the people who wrote it and execute. Find everyone involved in this. I will cut out their families. This night went a massive sweep. Everyone does it for a reason. Hagju has his own plans for power, and the presence of the emperor's son is all complicates. Crown Prince Lichin wants to see his father, but he is forbidden to enter the palace, arguing smallpox. Two questions: is his father alive? The empress masterfully dodges. He returns to his home and in a rage throws things. They are caught by his personal guard Myong with an offer to throw her at the empress. Weather Chan gives the task to find the records of the doctor and find out what happened to his father. Myong does not want to break the law but tells you exactly how you can get there. Executes the instruction and enters the palace. Inside he sees silhouettes roaming the hallways. The smell is incredibly feisty. After a couple minutes of him finds Bamiel, Li tells everything he saw, everything. His words are denied and driven out of the castle, yet Mayan rats whipped and stole a book. It described the symptoms not similar on past illnesses and then records cut off. This it means they are hiding something and do not keep records intentionally. The book listed a Dr. Lizenhe. He quit 3 years ago but mentioned in the last entry. Lichaha will go to this doctor and find out what they are hiding. In the rim of the healer, not enough food. Sabi helps everyone needy and tells Yungshin that they should spend rice. You need to wait a little. Yunga is interested. Not only that, where is the doctor? Whether he came here for him, and here he is not. He has not yet returned from the emperor. Couple hours appears. Whether along with the bandage box. Sabi asks what in the wagon. He only asks to prepare for the funeral. Only by morning the guards notice the loss of Lichin Hak. Ru orders catch Shan for this standout fast riders. Even allowed to kill the crown prince. Sabi collected in the forest supplies, and when I returned I saw how do people wove food. Everyone incredibly likes the taste. Yangshin tells what caught a deer and cooked food. True, when Sabi spread out new portions then found not deer at all. Turns out Yangshin prepared assistant healer, which lay in a box just through a couple of hours. Everyone who ate soup died. A woman tried to everyone help, but the bodies come to life and attack her, icing on all sides and raising the ceiling. Only a couple of days later Li Chan got to the hospital, which has already been surrounded by rats. Gates closed. Muyangu, you have to climb over the wall. Inside everything looked far worse. Bodies lay exclusively under houses away from the sunlight. Local military collected all the bodies and took to Chobomli. Chan noticed that among them there was no doctor already yet. Chaboma soldier believes that the main suspect is Yungshin. He collected bamboo from which collies were made in the hospital and called himself the name of a person who died in the war 3 years ago. One local resident told about a mysterious plant which can resurrect the dead and the place where it grows. There they are by. She says that the doctor could not avoid trouble. Everything that happened because of one plant. Realizing that they took the bodies outside, the hospital girl panicked, and Ong also saw missing with the order named the place where they were taken. Already in Chaboma Castle, and Ong tried to burn the bodies but his twisted by the description. Lichin understands that his father is already dead. Lichin returns to hospital where lie records of the doctor, but there was already an enemy, and the ruling on the capture of the crown prince begins a fight. The crown prince could only apply a scratch and loses. However, they heard a noise coming from the chest. To this of time, It's already dark and the bodies in the castle necklaces they attack. Unhealthy people as well as chest healer. Bitten guards turn in just a couple seconds. Only the roof bearable blow diffuses the threat. Lycan runs out to the river and sees that the whole city is on fire in castle. Guards try to hide in cages but because of panic can unlock locks and they are caught by zombies, but Chobam was faster and hid in the cells Sabi guards managed. Bite Sabi takes the cat but also eliminates the threat in. The city is going hell, dozens of zombies loitering around streets and quickly increase their numbers. Only riders manage to escape a little. Later the zombies get out of town and reach to poor villages. What happened? Crown Prince sees Arda running his side. He immediately gives Daru running out on Myonga, which with accurate shots covers the prince here. The horse gets scared and runs away. Moyang knows where they are. Military camp's local captain does not want to let people in and zombies have already appeared. Limuyang jumps into water. Multiple zombies do the same thing. The most and leave to the bottom for this night alive in the city almost left at the first rays of the sun. Zombies hid in hiding and fell asleep, and he is like saying, what? Monsters cannot be buried. They will still get out. You need to burn or deprive your head. But people do not want their relatives to be desecrated. Whether Channa appears and hits a man who did not let them into the camp. What is trying to understand who is standing in front of him and receives a computer sign whether he would like to kill a man, but they now need any help. There are 50 men left. They must find all the bodies and burn them. People try to resist but Does explains what. They have no choice. A little later Sabi apologizes to Who's for not reporting the threat. She hoped to save everyone as she considered her family. Essay like that he did not. Angry with her, he was also informed that ships were destroyed. There was only one left. Sav recalls the very beginning. The doctor told that in the capital everything was different. When they bit the assistant, he died for a long time and remained a person, and with these people everything is different. They have a chance to defeat the disease. All the entries in the diary. A little later the local authorities fled by ship, leaving not only residents but also the prince. Yungshin saw that the bodies were not removed. The military did nothing. When the sun goes down the monsters will wake up. Mayung suggests using the barracks. Soldier says they dismantled the clean room to fix the ship. Sabi is sure that the hospital is the safest place. The infected could not get out of there and therefore will not penetrate. While people went to the hospital, they found clusters of zombies who hid from the sun, but soon there will be a sunset. Prince fits people. The very last bandwagon breaks. He helps pull the wheel and the cart went forward. But also there were zombie soldiers trying to eliminate him from rifles, but smears and becomes the new zombie, and he comes back with a rifle. So how can they use his fighting skills? Enough for masterful use and cover Prince. Thanks to hard work, almost everyone remained alive. Affairs. The local government has a much worse woman. Hit her son in the chest, but he breaks out. Clean up. A new day comes. People thanks to the prince for saving. If it wasn't for him they would be dead. Supplies. They have practically no everything. Blame war and high taxes. This area poor couple. Children accidentally hit the prince with a sword and start cry, but he is not angry with them and gives away his food after. What does Myung ask to hand out leftovers to other people? They were surprised. Such a gift. None of them have seen meat for a long time. According to the plan they should move to the city of Sanru, and he says that the genus of Matude and will show them the way. He asks why they should believe him and where he has the skills of handling weapons. Such accuracy is very rare. Their conversation is interrupted by the messenger Hakru with the announcement of the prince as a traitor. Hospital thrown with arrows. Lichen blames himself in the death of people. Yung asks him to go out to guard. Otherwise, they will all be eliminated, but instead they ambush. 2 accurate shots eliminates warriors. Thanks to smoke, survivors were able to escape. Capitol guards spotted campfire smoke, it means their country was attacked. First thing they thought of Japan. Chief scientist and minister want to talk to Emperor, but the guard does not allow to enter. Appears Hackru asking to skip people, they will go together. To Emperor is the first one. The time they saw what happened to their leader Hack. Joe says that their emperor just got sick and now needs new blood. And even if he is sick, he is still their leader or not. Refuses to obey. Hagju compiled compromising material on scientists and ordered to eliminate them. When the squad was making a berth on them, ran out the survivor of what the prince thought that he was a Spartan and was going to eliminate. What? But Moang dissuades him. What tells him that their ship was captured by monsters. Right now the ship is drifting downstream. If the berth does not contain monsters, the disease will get to the capital. The ship is running aground, yes, and zombies. It is possible to escape on. And he on morning. Distracted with the news of the ship, they inspected it but not found the bodies, and the prince goes to the village residents who eat richly. It's obvious that they were in the ship and robbed everything. This is confirmed by the boxes. Residents apologized. They were not going to steal, but seeing the food could not hold back. Residents offered to show the burial place of people from the ship, but in the end they ambushed the prince. The sun goes down and the monsters wake up. Because of the tall grass visibility, minimal monsters. A huge amount of Li Chen is preparing for death, but K warriors come to their rescue in white and quickly defend the threat under Anhyun's leadership. As a child, he was a teacher of the prince and still respects him. Whether he tells Anhyun everything he learned and asks for help to take the throne, but before that, Anhyun offers whether to wash for more than a year to the crown prince. So look Sabi, it seems strange that Anhyun and his people were not afraid of monsters. Even beat without fear, as if they knew about this. Diseases. Hakyu time for nothing did not lose. He checked that the disease is transmitted through food. You need to contain the epidemic before she takes over the whole north of the country. A whole army is being put forward for this. Learned Choi and offers to run off. She is not going to abandon the prince. The western and eastern part of the country is isolated. The army kills the captain of the gate and takes them under its leadership, so part of the country turns into a dead zone. People ask Anhyun to extradite the prince, and then their gate will open. The royal guard is already preparing to grab the prince. Anhyun does not count Prince traitor. His soldiers eliminate the guard. This and at night alone, Anhyun warned that someone pointed out. What are they hiding here among the group of Prince traitor? Residents of other villages came to the walls of the settlement. The prince asks to let them in. It will reduce the number of monsters. They know that monsters are afraid of fire, water, and sun. You need to use this. Begins harvesting. Bamboo weapons are issued, including knowledge on roads on which monsters can move. Fortifications are created. Asabi go to the mountains and find the flower they need. There it is, he who brings the dead to life. Sun village. But the monsters never attack the defenses. Relaxes and Akai. Whatso and could not get out of the mountain as zombies sleep. Did not depend on sun and from the temperature. Soldiers in position. See how the forest ahead is shaking. Even tremors spread through the water because they run. Morank is amazed by what they saw because they thought that zombies are afraid of the light. The crown prince gives orders to prepare for battle. First line of defense, burning logs, but they on evil do not light up, and zombies calmly sweep away the defense. Part warriors immediately become for pieces. Archers open fire. T soldiers, including Ianko hiding on the plateau, arrives. Messenger with the news that in the opposite side zombies by a little breakthrough. Soldiers use guns, and even though they turned out to be effective enough, zombies push the gun and all shots hit the defenders. The gate cannot stand half to Duru, but how? Only the squad ran to the main gate. Then they saw that they're already zombies. It means they broke through the passage to the bridge. Fortunately, Anhyun knows the secret passage that was created during the last war, but it hung a lock. They are here, and while people were knocking his Enyon down along with other soldiers held back zombie pressure, then gate opened and the white soldier refuses to go along with them. They manage to bite him. He makes the decision to tie the chain with him. Run. It's time. Sabi and Chukbom climb the rock and go to mountains from where they get to the city. Turns out he is the nephew of Hagju, from whom he asks shelter in the yard Hagjo reports him for the loss of the crown prince who killed his son. Then he swears he didn't know about it. Being the only heir of the clan, he is allowed to stay, and after learning that Sabi served as a healer, she is also allowed to stay. Night has come. The defenders check the supplies and enough for a maximum of 5 days. They have too many refugees, but even so, Anhyun asks, distribute food to absolutely everyone you need to save, but people do not. Must starve. Moink tries persuade the prince to leave this place and go along the river. I remember the words of Anhyun. The prince is wondering why he is offering it, maybe to him. Ordered. Hagju Moin denies everything. They are distracted by the guard's cry, who screams that the barn is burning now and they have no food at all. A man speaking comes out of the crowd. What is it? He set fire to the barn, but it was completely accidentally. He wanted to take the grain of his son, but dropped the lamp.
Или от голода, или от укусов упырей.
Bites. They come up with a new plan. A few soldiers distract the attention of zombies by another squad led by Prince will escape to another the city to kill the Hagya and return the prince to power. So how the enemy army took all the gates. They chose a section of the wall where there is likely to be less total security, and though the squad manages to break through the first line of defense, all the enemies were better equipped and they drove them to wall. Anhyun tells the soldiers that their emperor is dead and power must pass to the prince. Hagju sees that the soldiers started to hesitate because of what kills one of them and threatens another with the same if he does not shoot Anhyun. Wounded Ankfusovo from last forces shoots the barrier behind which stood the headless emperor. Hagju took advantage of the moment and declared the prince a traitor who eliminated their emperor, and news comes to the minister that someone eliminates pregnant women. Most likely they are looking for a boy and all the female babies strangled. Power needs the queen to give birth. Prince that the minister seems very suspicious. His suspicions were correct. Behind all the assassinations is the queen. He asks his people to speed up the investigation with complete secrecy. They need to find out the truth before it was too late, and he was not going to wait for his death, especially when he had a hidden weapon left. At the first opportunity he attacks the guards. Police were hoping kill Hagju, but Yoon missed the guard right there. Him grabbed and preparing execution when suddenly runs out. Turned Anhyun. It was part of his plan too. People found out the truth. Soldiers open fire, and since none of them know how to fight zombies, Anhyun breaks through and bites Hagju. In the past, when their country was attacked by the Japanese, Hagju found out about the possibility of resurrecting the dead, but eliminating them warriors was pointless, and he decided to use. They waited for the Japanese to set up their camp and incited on them zombies, destroying the whole army. In reality, the prince decapitated Anhyun and explains what it is. The only way to stop the monsters. Everyone saw that Anhyun was dead, but Sabi brought him back to life. Same did Hagju with Emperor. All this described in the book of the healer. Soldiers go over to the side. Prince, first thing you need to break through the zombies and save the people in Anhyun Castle. Combat units bombing zombies from guns, giving the opportunity to the supply squad go back to the castle and hand the people supplies. What concerns Hagju, Hae did not turn everything thanks to the fact that Hyung was returned to life with the help of plants. At least it happened with the assistant physician who was bitten by the emperor. Only those who ate helper steal meat monsters, but also Hagju will not last too much. If it's not cure, Sabi will try to cure it, thereby will find the cause of Chobam disease. Shows the cure for the queen. Sabi replies it will not help it against diseases of women. Sabi dramatically it dawned that their queen is sick and can't have children. When the prince returned to the castle of Sabi and Chobam disappeared, grabbing with myself not only Hagjino and Mayon who killed security. Turns out his wife is waiting child and he left her under the care of the empress. Exactly, he was a traitor since son Hagjik Bom Il threatened kill his wife during birth. Chobam got from uncle order, and later time they ambushed them, badly injuring Mayon. Prince found him half alive condition. Moang asks him for forgiveness for not was able to defend until the very end, and the empress received from the wife of Moang the long-awaited heir. A little later, Sabi thought water could be the key to create a cure. For a reason monsters are afraid of it. As Joe places him in the bath, he immediately starts twitch out of his Wounds crawl out worms and the prince managed to find a monk wife before how she was eliminated. Com Minister discussed his concerns to them. Comes Hagju with the news that part of their army has switched sides. Li Chen and the reason does not say. Need to eliminate all traitors. Minister refuses. Execute their families without any investigations. Hagju don't care about it. Sabi sees a crowd of people who go somewhere. Take away and among them their friend. The couple meets and he takes Yogi wife away from you. Their Sabi tells the prince that the disease is not a plant but parasite eggs that capture the body of the prince, promising to deal with everything but he needs her help. As for Hagji, he guesses that the queen deceived him with the air and ordered Sabi to examine her. With the help of a pulse, she said that this was not her child. This plan was developed by the Empress and Abiel in secret from the Hagju, who decided to execute everyone who knew about this Zazie and transfer power to distant relatives, and the Empress is locked in prison for the rest of her life. No sooner had he finished talking about how he was getting bad, the queen managed to poison him with tea. At this time the prince comes to the poor fisherman whom he calls his uncle, and even though he tried to start a new life, you cannot hide royal blood. The Empress needed a new protector. She raises Chobam to the commander of the troops to guard her palace. Chobam asks, and where is the doctor who came with him? The Empress responds, is gone. But in fact she is kept in a dungeon with zombies, so that she could study them. The captain of the army entered the capital and met with the minister to give him the documents of the doctor and also to send the enemy soldiers into a trap, because of which the gate was practically not guarded by anyone and the prince occupied them. Chobam was supposed to read the death sentence, but he cannot eliminate innocent people. In the same instant appears whether Chancho falls at his feet, calling his prince, who praises him for his choice, and the people of the minister catch everyone who still serves the empress. Now whether Chanu does not interfere with anything to meet the empress. She was not eager to give up the throne and asked her right hand to open zombie cages. Sabi breaks the rope and goes out on freedom, where already ran zombies. Prince hears screams and immediately realized what happens. It tells the soldiers how best totally eliminate monsters, but there were too many of them, and with every minute their numbers only increases. First thing, the squad cleared the palace itself. Even Chobam joined the battle before they had time to rest, as new zombies appeared. The minister was unlucky. He was bitten by the remnants of soldiers. Give Diora and hide behind the first gate caught. And at this time other zombies break through to the empress and bite her. Sabo turns around hot cloth and runs away with the child. Only when everything calmed down she realizes that his managed to Heron. The prince leads the soldiers to the pond through the walls. The main problem is that there is ice everywhere. By they were punching a hole. Leftover soldiers hold back zombies. Absolutely everyone is bitten, including the prince, who uses zombie as break, punching ice crack increases in size and everyone falls into the water. It saves those who were still human, since the worms left their bodies. Yes, well, I know as one. The rest of the day they defended the territory. Sabi appears and says that the boy did not get infected. She managed to save him. Passes 7 years. The guy has already grown up. Real. The appearance of the emperor remained a mystery, as well as the fact that happened that day. Then Li Chen asked for friends. Make him wise. King and Li Chen himself decided to disappear like his uncle. Sabo did not stop studying the disease and found out that a mysterious traveler arrived from China and brought a plant that can resurrect people. Moreover, he began to sell it to the peasants under the pretext of medicine. Li Chen sent Yung to Chobam to warn about the possible return of the disease. Later, their search party found a small camp where kept zombies in boxes and a certain woman, but they are not yet knew that their emperor did not get rid of the worms, and one of them still live in it on this first two. The season is coming to an end. Write in the comments you want. Do you see the sequel? Well, we will be happy with your like very soon. We will be back. Bye.